Good morning. Today, I'm gonna show you guys a day in the life as a realtor out in Calgary. I have an open house later today from 1 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I woke up a little bit earlier. The time right now, it is 8:30. I am going for a long run by the river just because I am training for a half marathon coming up in 1 month's time. And my goal is to get under 2 hours time. I have my water bottle ready to go. I put some hydration powder into here, so ready to go. But I'll share more details about the open house later today. But yeah, let's get the day started. I think I'm gonna try to do at least 10 kilometers and then head back, eat lunch, and then get ready for the open house. I have to print out some papers, a signing sheet, stuff like that. Okay, a little update. We're at 12 kilometers and run for an hour 10. So tired. I just finished my run. I ended up running 15 kilometers. I got home, took a shower. That's why I'm in my dress shirt, because doing my open house in an hour. So I'm actually running very short in time. So I have to, not unfortunately, but have to opt into instant pho for lunch. Say hello to Loki over here. Hey Loki. Loki, you ready to do this open house even though you're not coming? And yeah, no, thank you. Okay, so open house, 1 p.m. It's a detached house, a little bit on the older side. I think it was built in the 1970s, but regardless, I'm super excited to just get this experience in. I actually got told from the listing agent it's already been conditionally sold, but regardless, it's still to get some reps in, if that makes sense, where I can just talk to potential new buyers and also just practice like talking to clients in general or like people coming in. So here's my story as I eat my instant pho of how I got into real estate. So for the longest time, I always wanted to do real estate. I honestly lacked the confidence of thinking I could ever do it. Like I was pretty content with like my 9-to-5 job, thinking that like, yeah, this is it. But yeah, since moving to Calgary, I've now done about like 5 to 10 open houses. And to be honest, I used to be so freaked out doing open houses. I was like overthinking, thinking like, oh my gosh, is something like, will people come in and just think I'm like inexperienced, or how do I unlock a lockbox, or like, you know, all these sort of questions that I had. And I'm now at the point where I am a lot more comfortable doing these open houses. Like I can just more or less, for the most part, if a listing agent had a place that they want open house, I just say yes, and then pretty much just give me the listing and I show up. Usually if I have an open house, say at 1 p.m., I like to get there around 12:40 to set up there. That way also I'm not as stressed. So I'll get there, find parking, and I have these sandwich boards that says like open house that I will scatter near the home. So like it just helps people who are looking for the open house, makes their life a little bit easier. So they're driving, they're like, they see the open house, and they'll head over to the property. All right, so quick update. I just finished my lunch. I just printed out all the MLS sheets that I'll be handing out to people who are coming into the open house. Attached my business card on it, and I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna wrap things up and head over to the home right now. I'm quite excited for this open house, given that the listing agent, so a colleague of mine, has done the open house a couple of days ago, and she mentioned that there was a good turnaround, like almost like 10 groups came in. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna have a pretty good turnaround, or lots of traffic coming into this home. I have just arrived at the open house. So out in Alberta, we use these lovely, these are the lock boxes, because out in Ontario, there's like different variations that are quite annoying, but out in Calgary, in Alberta, it seems like everyone kind of just uses this universal lockbox, which makes things so much easier. So I am right now in the kitchen over here. We have the pamphlets, all the information document. The open house sign-in sheet is right over here. As you can tell, no one has arrived just yet. But this home is such a unique, lovely home. It's 4 bedrooms, 1 bathroom upstairs and 1 bathroom downstairs. And even though it's a little bit on the older side, in the 1970s when it was built, they have made such major upgrades. So like, even if you look at the kitchen over here, you tell the cabinets are all upgraded. They recently also upgraded the roofing. That was back in like 2010. So that's good as well. But yeah, it's a really cute little detached house, and it's going for just under $600,000. One of the paranoias that I have about open houses is that like, I'm the very first person to like come in as like, other than the actual owner themselves. So I'm always like kind of scared, like, ooh, what's around the corner? Because for the most part, you open the door, it's an empty house, right? So even like earlier here, the lights were all turned off. So I had to walk around the home, make it all turned up or turned on already. And it all just depends. Like some sellers already have everything turned on, even like music playing in the background. But to each their own. But yeah, I like to make my way around the home just to investigate, see everything is all aligned. And this is what I mean by that paranoia, because you never know what might show up, for example. So like if I'm going down to the basement and I see like, I don't know, this like, I don't know if you can tell, but that's like a scary doll down there, right? And so there's 4 bedrooms total, but this room over here is kind of unique. So let's go back to that doll room. If you go to this room right here, kind of looks like it's a room because there's that door here. But little do you know, it's almost treated like almost like a basement living room, because here is like an actual room. They couldn't identify this as a room itself because there's no actual windows. So it seems more like a den, but would it be fine if like you have a guest, family member staying over? That would have been a great option. Stairs. And the neat thing is, if you really want to, you could also rent out the basement, for example. So there's a side door on the side, and it separates from as you can tell over here, there's a separate door between the upstairs and the downstairs. So if you want, you can rent out the basement and have your renters go through the side of the home. This home, as I mentioned earlier, is already conditionally sold, so they already accepted an offer, but you never know what can come out of it, because there's an accepted offer date, but oftentimes there are conditions. So say the conditions are like 2 weeks from the accepted offer date. So in and around that time, stuff can happen. So let's just say finance were to drop, then the offer were to basically not go through. So it's important to also still continue with these open houses, given that there's already a sold or a pending offer, just given that you never know what can happen, and you could have some backup offers in case the first one might drop off. So if you're a buyer, it's not entirely a bad idea to still look at these open houses, knowing that it's conditionally sold, just because you never know, stuff can fall through basically. So I just finished the open house. I was there for a couple hours from 1 to 3. There were 2 groups that came in. First group, I would say they're a little bit more on the casual side, just looking. But yeah, 2 people came into the open house. It was good. Got some reps in, talking to people, asking them like, open house questions more or less. I am gonna head back to my house. I don't really wear fancy clothing all that often. I'm often more in gym attire, so it feels a little weird. So I'm gonna go home, changed, and I'm gonna debrief this video. That is the end of the vlog, or end of the day in the life as a realtor open house version. I've always heard from like other realtors before I got into this career path that like you're basically working 24/7, and I can see how you're very much doing that, because there's not really an off day. Like you can work as hard or as little as you want. Like today is Sunday, like it's Easter weekend, and I am technically working, right? I don't really see it all that much work, because I generally love doing these things. Like I love going to open houses and creating content with it. Like I love taking my camera, going through the house and showing you guys the different layouts. Like that is generally fun to me. So as much as like you're always constantly working, I don't really feel like I'm working. But anyhow, with that said, guys, if you guys have any sort of questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Not to plug, I know you guys might see a video like this and think like I'm trying to sell you guys on something. I generally just want to show you guys more like behind the scenes of like what I do in my life. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. If you haven't done so already, follow me on Instagram. And I guess I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.